Okay, we are now recording. So welcome everyone. I am excited to be here with you. We are decluttering our mind. And as a former landscape professional, a master gardener, and now a master gardener of your heart, I would say this, that it's so easy for clutter to take over. And I'm not talking about just the clutter, you know, that's in our I'm just going to mute you, Margaret. I'm looking for your mute here. Where are you? There we go. I think I'm muted. Did I? Yes. Okay. So we can have clutter in our car. We could have clutter in our refrigerator, food that's spoiled. We can have, 10 or 12 different shampoo and cream rinse bottles in the bathroom. There's a lot of ways that we can accumulate clutter, but the mind, however, when it accumulates a lot of clutter, what happens is we might feel worn out, exhausted, pessimistic, angry. And every time we look at the clutter around us, it could trigger us. But when we have clutter in our mind, it could come from things our family are doing, things out in the world, the political arena, weather. There's so many different things that could impact us negatively. So before we do this clearing, and I am going to do a big clearing on mental stuff, but I want to talk to you a little bit about what can you do. So the first thing is, it's our perspective, how we think about things. So I'll give you a little example. My daughter did something that upset me, called me, wanted my help, and asked me to pick her up, and then didn't respond to any messages that I sent her. So I went to her home, she wasn't there. I went to the place she worked at, she wasn't there. And so with that, I started, driving around, looking for her car, worrying, the things that we think, right? And then probably an hour and a half of me driving around looking for her. And I got home and I was still sort of running this upset story in my head. And I was pulling back the covers of my bed and I thought to myself, because I could feel, I was aware enough to go, the thought I am thinking is causing me to feel a certain way, which I didn't like. It wasn't an up. Okay, so I'm back and I apologize for that. So the universe has a way of causing me to stay on track. Okay, so here's the thing. In the moment, we can change the way we think and change the way we feel. So we always have the power to choose. We could choose differently. We could choose gratitude. We could choose silence. We could choose to change the way we think, which then will change the way we feel. And I will talk to you a little bit about Wayne Dyer. I met him in person. I worked on him physically, helped him through a heart attack. And I will tell you this, one of the quotes that he had was, "Heaven on earth is a choice that we make, not a place that we find." And I will say that I agree with. It is absolutely a choice, and we can make heaven on earth our reality here. Okay, so we want to focus on the positive. We want to choose to focus on ourselves as opposed to what is he doing? What is she doing? Why aren't they doing that? And it could be even a meddlesome thought. You know, I was raised by a narcissist, and having a narcissistic parent, it can cause us to be more meddlesome than we would like to be. So what does meddlesome mean? It means that we are constantly looking at what others are doing, and maybe we want to fix them or change them, and we can't do either. And so extracting our energy from other people's issues allows them the freedom to choose for themselves. And, you know, as we have our own children, we raise them, when they're adults, they really don't want to hear from us. They don't want to hear our advice. They don't want to hear our wisdom, even though it might be sage advice. They want to do it their way. So don't expect to change others. So I've had to let go of that. I don't know about you all. So we can breathe deeply. And when we breathe deeply, and I'd like to do this all together to connect our energy. So this place here that is in between the throat and the heart chakra, the high heart is what I call it. It is a pink chakra. I want to just tap into this. So put your hand on the flat part of the chest, right below the collarbone, and breathe into this and think, this is my guides were just saying, peace. So as you breathe in peace. And exhale anything you want to let go of. Take another deep breath. And exhale negativity. Take another deep breath. And exhale anything that isn't love. Take a deep breath. Exhale and let go of judgment. Inhale. Inhale peace. And exhale self-condemnation. We can be our worst critics. And in that, we are our worst enemy. So choosing to think of ourselves with loving thoughts is part of how to declutter the mind. Okay, so there's another couple of things that I want to do before I do the clearing, because once I do the clearing, I don't want to get you out of that altered state. So we have to be careful about what we think and say to ourselves. Like we want to stop saying things that are mean, negative, or hurtful that harm us. For example, I hate my life. This is killing me. These are thoughts we don't want to say because we're bringing that to us. I have no money. We don't want to focus on that either, because those are the things we don't want. We want to focus on the direction we want to go. Everyone is against me. A woe is me statement. Everyone hates me. I am sick. I am poor. I am stupid. So let's negate all of those thoughts. Right? Clear. Okay. And so we create our lives with the thoughts we think and the words that we speak. So less judgment, more love. Less resentment, more acceptance. Okay, take another deep breath and exhale. All right, you are welcome to leave comments in the chat about anything in particular that you want to clear, but I am going to just begin this clearing in just a moment. So forgiveness helps us. Fear, okay, fear of the unknown. I'm going to write this one down. Thank you. I'm glad we didn't start yet. Okay. One of the things about the unknown, worrying about what is to be or what might happen. This leads me to, there are a couple of things that really cause us unrest and even dis-ease. And here they are. Consuming, and I'm going to point out how we consuming with our eyes and ears, negative media, propaganda, political things that are upsetting, rehashing and hashing of the last 3 years. And I won't even name what, we all know what has gone on in the last 3 years. So going over all the wheres and wherefores, where it came from and who's to blame and all, it doesn't serve anybody any good at all. And so listening to anyone who's regurgitating all of that, the media, the news, I just cleared a friend who, her husband has Alzheimer's and Parkinson's both. And he sits in front of the television watching CNN all day long. And he got very combative and angry. Well, the news will do that to you because they use the journalists, the publishing media outlets use, if it bleeds, it leads. So there's no good stuff that's going to come across the news, nothing that's going to help or serve you. So don't watch it. That's what it means to be in the world, but not of it. I haven't had a television in, I guess it's now seven years. I do have a computer, but I really limit my exposure to the things that could be negative. All right. Okay. So the other thing about the fear of the future, the fear of unknown, let's just talk about that for a second. I'm reading a book that it has this beautiful way of explaining things. So we are not supposed to keep our eye on what I've just stated. We're not supposed to watch the political arena or make comments about what they're doing or not doing. We're really not meant to focus on what others are doing or not doing that offends us or bothers us, because that makes us upset. So I got diverted again. Hang on one second. Where was I? Focus on the positive, focus on ourselves. Choosing things that lift us. For example, last night, I pulled up a dry bar comedy. I like dry bar. I watched this goofy guy. He was hilarious. I felt so much better watching that than watching Russell Brand spout off about Pfizer or whatever else negative is going on in the world. We cannot change the politics. We can't change the war in the Ukraine. We can't change what's going on with US and China. So what can we do? Focus on knowing everything is perfect as it is. Have faith. All of that is unfolding as it needs to. It's not complete, but it's perfect as it is. The universe is orchestrating all of these things for our highest and best good. Having faith that that's what's happening will help you to feel better about the unknown in the future. And instead, you can get excited about what is to come and know good things are coming. The things coming up around the corner are better than where we're at right now. If we have and hold those thoughts, we'll feel a lot better about tomorrow. So I will be clearing fear and worries. But our focus is something that we can control. We cannot control anyone else, but we can control how we feel about ourselves and what is going on in the world. So choose silence, choose gratitude, even 10 minutes of silence, smiling to your heart, just, sitting in silence and connecting within, like going inside. One of my spiritual teachers years ago said, you envision yourself kind of standing at the precipice of your heart and falling backwards like you would into a swimming pool, just like into the heart. So you go inside. And now what I will tell you about going inside, sometimes when you're really in deep meditation, you find yourself disappearing. Don't get scared. Don't be afraid, because this is you. You are so deep, so grand, so amazing. And you inside you have the universe within you. You have God within you. You're never alone. All right. So with that, we're going to begin. So everyone just uncross your arms and legs if you would. And I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you for your presence. All right. So I ask God to have a shield of love and truth around you all permanently. So only God's love and truth exist between you and me. I allow the masters, teachers, and loved ones of you to channel through me out of whatever realm to say whatever they wish. And I ask permission of the Lords of the Akashic Records that I may be able to look into the records of you and remove whatever information I'm allowed. So I'm just going to say this prayer twice silently. And if you could just open your palms, ready to receive, and give me permission with your thought to mine. Yes, I give you permission to clear me. All right, I call forth the angels of light, the guardian angels, high council, and Holy Spirit. And I work with each of your high selves. You are so welcome. All right. So just breathe. You can close your eyes, lie back. You do not have to sit up for this. So I'm connecting with each of your high self. And working with radiant God on high. And I call forth white light, golden light, the violet flame to surround each and every one of us. Your home and mine, any animals at your home and mine. And just let you know, it's been snowing here all day and it's still coming down. So that is a beautiful thing. It makes it peaceful. So make sure you're breathing nice and deep, just normally, but breathing. All right, connecting in. Oh, we've got some humorous guides here tonight. They're smiling upon you all. Hello, Weston. That's what I could feel. I could feel some joy there. That's what that was. Ashley has a little boy, Weston, who's just an amazing little being of light. All right, my dear. So here we go. Clearing the 6 bodies comprising the soul, clear, remove, replace, elevate, and educate community members to the highest level. Clearing vortexes and portals, veil of illusion, dark worms, wormholes, toxic streams, Illuminati, dark angels, ET implants, and closing. Clearing all dark energies, satanics, demonics, dark forces, dark energies. And I'm not saying that you have these. It's just simpler for me to just clear anyway. No guilt or shame or judgment here. Clearing discarnates in the aura, discarnates in possession, discarnates in past lives. Placing a triple light shield around all separates, clearing separates, type 1, type 2, shadow energy and programming. Separates are what create cancer in the body. And I will also tell you, because we will be clearing a lot of emotions. So if we hold on to resentment, anger, or hate towards anyone else, it affects us negatively and creates cancer in the body. So important to release those things. No matter how awful things have been done to us by others, we have to forgive and let it go. I call ourselves like self-cleaning ovens. We are meant to continually let go of all this debris and not be burdened by the clutter of it all, especially the emotions. Clear the RNA, the mitochondria, and the microbiome. I'm asking to apply some anti-aging to everyone on the call. Yeah, even you too, Weston. To clear and remove pre-programmed future contracts to pick up negative motivations, blocks, and interference. Clearing webs, cords, hooks, psychic hooks, vows, contracts, oaths, and agreements. Everyone breathe. Clear cosmic insignificance and belief in unreachable sense. Echoes of whatever was. Clear the cellular memory, clear the template for each and every one. Clear any dark energies, any negativity, any worry, clear worry and fear, please. And I'm clearing conscious and subconscious memory, subconscious clutter. Clearing any, cancel and burn all contracts, and any that can't be canceled and burned, I ask that they be fulfilled and completed. Clear belief of beliefs and unplug everyone from the decaying universe and clear the desire to escape. Clear and balance positive and negative energy. Clear all karmic beliefs. Clear, educate, and elevate the high self committee to the highest possible blueprint level. And I'm going to open a contract for each and everyone to unplug you from the mass consciousness of fear and lack. And I ask to close these contracts with each and everyone's high self. So what does that do? It unplugs you from, it's like you're sipping consciousness from a straw. And, you know, when we're plugged into the consciousness, we pick up on everybody else's negativity, fears and worries and that sort of thing. It can really bog us down. The cosmic soup, as it were. Clearing fear. Clear fear of the future, fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing what's to come. And when this is gone, it'll open you up to the new opportunities and good luck coming through that the universe wants to bequeath to you. Oh, sadness, clearing sadness. Clearing sorrow. Whew. Throat chakra stuff. So the throat chakra is an interesting mechanism. It doesn't just govern speaking and speaking up for oneself, speaking our truth. It also governs these little things. Mine might be bigger than yours, but it also governs listening. So if you have a hard time hearing what other people are saying, or you have a tendency to speak over others, it could be that you're looking for validation, constantly needing validation, or it could be the throat chakra is closed. So we're working on the throat chakra. It's robin's egg blue. Singing in the shower would help that. So I'm clearing all the debris in the throat chakra. Any words that you haven't spoken, angry words that you haven't said that you wanted to. And that can cause sinus issues, holding on to those thoughts, not speaking them. We only have so much bandwidth, and the words that we speak and the regret we have about not speaking them takes up bandwidth. So either say it or let it go. Breathe. Clearing abandonment. Clearing rejection. Clearing any blocks to success. I'll be clearing past lives in just a moment. I will. What's coming up? Past lives of blocks to success coming up. All right. I want to clear resentment for everyone, please. All right. Fear and worry are coming up again, so I'm clearing them again. Is there some other thing that I need to do? Okay, past lives. Okay. I asked to clear all holes, rips, openings, tears in your auric field. So if we've been ill, if we've been on medications, if we've had large traumas, it can create holes in the auric field. Even illness can create holes in the auric field. Medication can do the same. And then when we have these holes in our auric field, we can feel like there's no buffer between us and them, or us and the world, or whatever that us and the other is. Breathe. Sadness, sorrow, clear. Grief, clear. Blame, clear. Feeling out of control or possibly confused. There's a combination of things here with those two. When we try to control other people, that comes from fear. And when we come to this place of knowing that God is with us, we're always loved and supported, that life is happening for our highest and best good, then we can kind of lean back in faith and know that we're taken care of. And appearances, we're not to pay attention to appearances and focus on the invisible, what we desire. Clearing lost, feeling alone, feeling worthless. All right, so I'm going to start clearing a few past lives. They've been guiding me to do so. So this is about fear. So I want to clear all past lives that could be bleeding through to the now, that could be causing you to fear the future or what is to happen. And what I will tell you is the world is not going to end. I've had it from the highest, the highest realms. The world is not ending. All right, so these past lives bleeding through, most of the issues that we have, the challenges we have in this present life, are actually overwritten by the past. And we come through hoping to clear the stuff from the past lives so that we don't have to reiterate again and again. All right, so this one's coming from the womb. Something happened in the womb that caused fear of the future. Maybe, in this unborn state, there may have been a risk of you being miscarried, or a health issue or something, or your mother was afraid of something at the time that you were in the womb. So that affects you. So this happens to have to do with feeling forsaken, so I'm asking to wrap in this additional person that's just joined us. Hello, welcome. Connecting to your high self, working with Radiant God on high. Clearing torture. Okay, so this is denial, complaining, murder, child abuse, can't even say the word, lying, malice, warring, violence, vengefulness. This is all past life stuff. All right, so I'm asking, is this enough to clear the lifetimes? A little dizzy. I'll clear the dizziness in just a second. Clearing all of these past lives. Is this enough to clear the lifetime in the program? Please clear from the point of origin, burn the roots, branches, and seeds. Okay, I'm clearing anxiety, worry, fear, unfounded worry, each of you is far more powerful than you realize. And when you reside in choice, when you recognize there's always a choice, that we make a decision with every situation, how to feel, what to accept, what not to accept. So choose something that makes you feel good. So choose a higher perspective, choose gratitude. Choose to believe that everything is in divine order, perfect as it is, incomplete, but perfect. All right. Again, sadness is coming up again. So I'm clearing sadness. I'll clear all aspects of sadness. There's many different aspects. Clearing sorrow, clearing crying, clearing depression. Oh, then there's appeasement, when we try to make other people feel better and it doesn't help. So putting other people ahead of us, that is self-abandonment. So it's rejection of the self. Let's clear that again. Clearing despair and clearing depression. Clearing love unreceived and heartache. All right, let's see. All right, I asked to clear all blocked archetypes. There's a few in this group here that have had critical parents. I empathize. The important thing, though, is to not repeat the same patterns and programs that were instilled in you as a child. So how do you do that? You use phrases that support and enliven and affirm. I am loved. I am safe. I am protected. I am always supported by the universe. Life gets better and better every day. Life works for me. My good lies before me. The universe is prosperous and abundant, therefore I am also. I will tell you this, that there are a lot of people that believe that being impoverished financially brings us closer to God. Not true. Not true. We are all meant to be wealthy, maybe not, comfortable, and feel loved, happy. All of this is our God-given right. All right, let's see what else we need here. Clear the DNA, chromosomes, and trailers. Okay. So there's a pattern that's surfacing. We all come together for a reason, right? So there's this negative thought pattern. It's almost like worst case scenario. And when we've had trauma, we have a tendency to go to that place of trauma where things were the worst and expect that the same will hold true again. And we need to know that the trauma is not currently happening anymore and focus on the present moment. I am safe. I am loved. I am protected. All right, clearing obsession. And clearing obsession reinforced with thoughts. So we could be obsessed about our thinking. We could focus on a thought and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And it becomes an obsession where we can't shake it. So clearing that, clearing looping thoughts, where looping thoughts just keep looping around and around. Clearing guilt and clearing shame. Clearing worthlessness. And I'm getting this deep feeling of fatigue, so I'm going to clear that too. It could be you're fed up with feeling the way you're feeling, or you're fed up with this life or this part of life, or whatever it is, the challenge that you're going through. So that it could exhaust you. So in order to shift the way you feel about the current situation, ask yourself, how could I view this differently? How could I choose to think and feel differently about the current situation? What have I learned this time around that I didn't know before? What am I seeing differently? How am I getting clarity about what I'm seeing? Ask yourself questions like that. It will help to support and empower you to think something more positive. Okay, my guides are just sliding in the word freedom. And in order to feel free, in order to have freedom, we have to take responsibility for our actions, our thoughts, our words, and the way we feel. Without that, we're actually living in victimhood, and none of us are victims. So I'm applying grounding to your body and energy body. All right. Clearing despair. Despair is something that when we feel unloved, it shows in our face and it ages us. And when we let go of despair, it's amazing how that's kind of what happened with me. I think 10, 15 years ago, I looked older than I do now because I got rid of the despair. You know, when we feel like our mother doesn't love us, even if it's unconscious. All right, so I'm giving you all an energy boost. Again, the sorrow is coming up. Everyone breathe. Take a nice deep breath, exhale. So I'm going to clear another past life here. This is involving fear of God, fear of crowds, fear of spiders, fear of snakes, fear of heights, fear of falling, fear of closed spaces, you know, that claustrophobia. So clearing this is all from past lives, clearing. And I'm getting sinus inflammation for somebody. I'll work on that in just a second, but I'm definitely feeling inflamed sinuses. So that comes from angry words that we're unable to speak. So when we hold on to words that we really need to say, it creates sinus inflammation. And I can share many experiences where my mother triggered me and I got really angry. And next thing I knew, I had a sinus infection and then pneumonia. And pneumonia comes from replaying the old painful story over and over. It's deep grief. I'm clearing grief again. Clearing love unreceived, clearing effort unreceived, clearing heartache. So I'm not sure what this means, but someone feels virtuous. This is what I'm getting. They feel virtuous. It's like, I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me? That kind of thing. So what I will say is circumstances are taking place in our lives so that we look within, and whether it's from this life or another past life, negative things can happen to good people. They do all the time. And likely it's from subconscious belief systems or past lives, one or the other. You know, if you hold yourself in a high vibration and bad things keep happening, it's likely subconscious issues. And also what I will tell you about the subconscious, it's also connected to our past lives as well. And of course, the divine, God. Wow. Breathe. Somebody has a tummy upset. I can feel there's a little nausea that I was feeling early on. So I don't know if that was fear. Sometimes it is. You're afraid of what. Don't worry. I'm not looking in your underwear drawer when I'm doing these clearings. I just sense things and clear them. There's a song. The words of the chorus are, and I'm not going to sing, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. And that's what I'm getting from my guides, is that everything's going to be all right. And if you keep using that mantra, this is coming from the heavens, everything's going to be all right. Things will work out. They always do. That's another mantra for you. Things work out. They always do. Louise Hay just showed up. That was sweet of her. Thank you, Louise. Okay, sinus. I'm getting to that now. Yeah, so Louise is reminding me, she has lots of videos still on the web with affirmations, and you can play these and repeat those mantras. She took a lot of work from Florence Scovel and made her own from what she learned. And others, she said, not just Florence. Okay, Louise. Okay, so past life information about sinus. As Ashley just said, I listened to her 101 power affirmations as I fell asleep last night. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really good one. And I love her voice. She has such a nice voice. So for sinus inflammation, I am clearing this for you. There are two major causes for sinus inflammation and sinus issues are past lives where we died in a fire or drowning. So I'm clearing the past life carryover energies of hate of God, hate of men, hate, helplessness, guilt, doubt of God, depression, despair, doom, self-punishment, and self-limitation. That's a mouthful. So I'm clearing this from the timelines, backwards and forwards, from all time and the hurt body, mind, emotions. All right. Let's clear anger. Okay, somebody just said restlessness. All right. I don't know who that was. Restlessness. Interesting. I used to feel that way when I wasn't home in my body. I was restless. And I used to feel like it was sexual energy. That may have been part of it, but it was more that when you're not grounded in your body, your soul feels restless. It's uncomfortable. So get grounded. Apply a grounding technique, please, angels, guides, teachers, loved ones, while I'm doing this. Thank you. So just see a cord coming down from the back of your head, all the way down your spine, rounding the buttocks, down into the perineum, and then down into the center of the earth. The reason I'm doing it that way is so that you understand from the base of the skull all the way down, the spine. There's a column there where the Kundalini rises, but you can also send a grounding cord and then see yourself in the center of your mind and sweep out whatever is in the center of your mind that doesn't belong. Any thoughts, any words, any people that are there that don't belong in your mind. Clearing webs, cords, hooks, psychic hooks, vows, contracts, oaths, and agreements. Clear anything below chart 3, any static in your auric field. As to clear your egos to be less than 4%, soul purpose is to be a single-digit number. Clearing soul fragments to their highest possible blueprint. And reassimilating them back into your body and energy body. Clearing blame. Clearing resentment again. Clearing anger, hatred. Overwhelm. Conflict. Confusion. Backfill with love, please. Backfill with love. Anxiety. Clear. Rejection. Love unreceived. Humiliation. All right, so I'm going to do some negative clearing here. Clearing discordant energies of negativity. So we can have a choice. We do have a choice. For example, I enjoyed living in California. I absolutely adored California. I loved the weather. I loved the fact that I didn't have to put on snow boots and all sorts of big bulky clothing to walk my dog 3 times a day. And here I am in Colorado where there's snow and my dog can barely walk outside. So I could choose to be negative about the cold and the winter. I could choose to complain, but what good is it going to do me? Complaining shrinks the hippocampus. There's no point in complaining about the weather. Go with the flow. Don't fight what is. It's like trying to fight City Hall. the political arena. There's no point. We can be the best we can be and just turn away from all of that negativity because it impacts us. Every time we focus on what's this politician doing? What's he doing? What's he not doing? Why did this happen? We're taking ourselves down a rabbit hole of negativity. So clearing that rabbit hole, clearing toxic streams, clearing wormholes, clearing the veil of illusion. All right, is there anything that I didn't cover that you would like me to clear? Oh, blocks to success. All right, I'm going to clear worrying again. Has to clear any vows that any of us have made in ignorance in this lifetime and in all past lifetimes. Has to clear blame that's coming up again. Clear victimization, clear insecurity, clear self-punishment. You deserve to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. Oh, what was the other thing I was just about to do? I got lost. Okay, I'm clearing viruses, fearfulness, cleansing mental confusion. Absolutely. So take a broom, an imaginary broom, and sweep out the mental clutter in your brain. Clear all attached energies. Clear all webs, cords, hooks, psychic hooks. Clear all attached energies. Clear feeding ghosts, limiting angels, demonics, separates, freeze, satanics, addictions. And take that broom and sweep down the corners of your brain inside. Just sweep it all down and send it down that grounding cord like a drain. And let it just whoosh, drain into the center of the earth. The earth can take it and cleanse it. All right, there's two more things I'm going to do before we close. And if there's anything else that's coming up for you, let me know. Clearing dysfunction of the mind. Sometimes we use our mind in ways that keeps us stuck in limiting thoughts and behaviors. Clearing self-punishment. Clearing a spiritual virus. Clearing miscellaneous and body programs. Clearing rebuilding and mirror images. That's when we keep on replaying them and building them again and again. Clearing infinite levels before thought and etheric body out of balance. Clearing self-punishment again. Clearing dizziness, applying grounding to everyone's body and energy body. Clearing and sweeping out the debris in the mind, in the subconscious mind. Clearing out the negativity in the subconscious mind. Replacing it with the I am loved. Downloading I am loved, the unconditional love of the universe, of God, the angels, ascended masters. Clearing resistance. And I'm going to clear it two different ways. So resistance is when we fight with what is. We argue in the face of truth. We fight or resist the forward motion. Maybe we drag our heels when change is coming. We don't want change. So high self is saying that resistance to change is normal. You know, I've got 5 planets in Scorpio. I'm a fixed sign. So change, although I've moved many times and changed many things, I do resist change. So going into the flow, being more fluid, being like the willow, you know, bending and more flexible can be helpful. Is anybody, does anyone have suicide ideation? I wasn't going to clear it, but if that is a thing for anyone, I will do it. I'm clearing negativity. And a lot of negativity, it was certainly that way for me. I think I was negative from birth. It comes from past lives. So I'm clearing when we've had a dreadful past life or 2 or 3 or more, we're bringing all of that stuff with our soul. It comes with us and we're not even aware. So I'm asking to clear all the past lives. This is for negativity of hate of life, hate of men, hate of women, anger, fear, helplessness, guilt, depression, negativity, and self-punishment. I ask to download the power codes and the power symbols of the one known universe to your body and energy body. I ask to clear anything that I don't see or haven't felt or haven't cleared on your behalf. I ask to guarantee everything is cleared. I ask for there to be no negative repercussions to this clearing, that it all will be effortless and easy for you to just continue to allow the flow of all of this clearing to take place. And it will continue over the next 5 days. Some of it's immediate, some takes a little longer. Make sure you drink lots of fluids, lots of water after this. It's like having a massage. I've stirred up some things that are murky beneath the surface, so you want to drink lots of water to flush them out. There was one more thing. All right, so what do I need to clear blocks to success? This is interesting. Not what I anticipated. So I asked to download the colors of the rainbow, download gold to your body and energy body, download red to your body and energy body, and clearing all the chakras, balancing them all. Download orange, download yellow, download green, robin's egg blue, indigo, violet, white, brown, gray, black, silver, any other colors under the sun that we are not aware of, don't have a name for. Asked to heal the 13 bodies. Asked to perform psychic surgery for anyone who needs it. Apply a brain tuner. Apply unconditional love. Lap up for everyone, please. Apply grounding to your bodies and energy bodies. All right, I am going to give you a few minutes to just sit and experience. Feel what you feel. Just notice what you're feeling. You may feel sleepy. You may feel a little tingly. Okay. Would anyone care to share their experience? And if you'd like to, you can just unmute yourself.